Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and I am starting here in ESPN the magazine already because the front cover will give away what's going on in the polls, and I'm having to record this on the Kindle that I've normally been using for my script for this series, but due to technical difficulties, me needing to update YouTube on the phone and the other Kindle I had just straight up dying on me and not wanting to turn back on. We'll make do as we make do. But as you can see, the late push, latest bowl rankings have Bobcats playing for the title. Now, if you remember in the previous episodes, McNary Central's been number 2 a lot. Are they still number 2 this week? Survey says no, they are number 1, followed by TCU, then Hawaii, then Virginia Tech jumps all the way to 4. Ohio State's number 5. Number 6 is USC. Number 7, Florida State. 8th is Texas. 9th is Nebraska. 10th, Miami. 11th, Notre Dame. 12th, Arkansas. 13th, LSU. 14th, Florida. 15th, Louisville. 16th, Mickey. 17th, Wisconsin. 19th, Oregon State. 18th Oregon State, my bad. 19th Texas A&M. I was looking up there at the coaches ranking for a minute. 20th is Minnesota. 21st is Tampa Bay. 22nd Oklahoma. 23rd West Virginia. 24th Cal. And 25th is Rutgers. Now on to the top 25. Where, as you can see, was number 9 Wisconsin falls 28-7 to Minnesota in the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe, and it was also the battle for the Big Ten Championship, because in this universe, they did not have the Big Ten Championship in Indianapolis like they have nowadays. But coaches poll, McNary Central beating a ranked Tennessee team, 252-0, is what shot them up to number 1, followed by TCU at number 2. Hawaii's at number 3, which finally we have all 3 undefeateds in the top 3, just how I think it should be. Then you had USC at number 4, number 5 is Virginia Tech, 6th is Ohio State, 7th is Florida State, 8th is Texas, 9th is Miami after a close loss to Virginia Tech, 10th is Nebraska, 11th is Notre Dame. 12th is LSU after a shocking loss to Ole Miss. 13th is Florida. 14th is Arkansas, who beat Mississippi State. 15th is Louisville, who just absolutely destroyed South Florida. 16th is Mickey with a shutout on NC State. 17th is Wisconsin, losing to Minnesota, dropped them 8 spots, which is crazy to see. 18th is Texas A&M. 19th is Oregon State. 20th is Oklahoma. 21st is Tampa Bay. 22nd is West Virginia. 23rd, after not being ranked last week, Minnesota. Rutgers is now ranked, currently at 24th, and Cal is ranked at 25th, with Tennessee dropping all the way outside the top 25. Same with Pittsburgh and Michigan. Although Pittsburgh is 27th in the polls and Tennessee is 26th. Not sure where Michigan's at, but apparently coaches are tired of ranking Michigan. Media poll, you have McNary Central first, then TCU, then Hawaii with somebody giving them first place vote. Apparently they might have, Hawaii does kind of deserve it. Same time though, understandable if you confused it with a travel destination thing. USC is 4th, 5th is Virginia Tech, 6th is Ohio State, 7th is Florida State, 8th is Texas, 9th is Nebraska, 10th is Notre Dame, 11th LSU, 12th Miami, 13th Arkansas, 14th Florida, 15th Mickey, 16th Louisville, 17th Oregon State, 18th Wisconsin, 19th Minnesota, 20th Texas A&M, 21st Tampa Bay, 22nd Oklahoma, 23rd West Virginia, 24th Cal, and 25th is Northwestern, with Rutgers on the outside looking in at 26th, with Tennessee and Michigan falling outside the top 25, although Tennessee is in 29th, so that works for them a bit. On to the bottom 10, where our first team here will be BYU, because they lost to Wyoming in an absolute shootout. And if I'm BYU, I am looking for defense aplenty in recruiting. Because how are you letting Cameron's season go this horribly? I mean, yeah, sure, Smith has 5 sacks and Heckle's got 4 picks. And Banks does have a nice 69 tackles, but you need to have some sort of defense. Their only win came against Eastern Washington. Number 2, we're going to have it be Wyoming, because they beat BYU last week in an absolute shocker. Other team for the bottom 10, we're going to go with Stanford, because Stanford was ranked in the 70s. They have lived nowhere close to expectations. And being 0-8 in conference play in a conference as tough as the Pac-10, you kind of screwed yourself over for the year. Next, we have Washington State at number 4. And yeah, I'd say this definitely has to be a learning year for Washington State. Hopefully they can bounce back and end up hopefully being closer to being in the middle of the conference. Next we have, well, I'm looking at both the total record and well, I'm not sure if I really want to put San Jose State in this time around. But we'll put NC State. 2-9, 0-7 in conference play. Sure, you just got your tails whooped by Mickey, which every team in the ACC except for Virginia has that happen to them. And sure, you lost a cornerback for the season. But, you expected a little bit more out of them. Next, and honestly, I would probably have put them actually higher if I did have the other way of recording. Buffalo, because Carl Henry, 10 touchdowns, 28 interceptions. You just need to get it a new quarterback, Buffalo. There's no need to keep trotting him out there. Next is Connecticut. Connecticut's more a basketball school anyway, so UConn, just look forward to that. Same with Kansas, another basketball school. But at least they are trying with the running game. You got to bring back nearly 1,000 yards, so that's something to look forward to for next season, focusing on the ground game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. So we're at 7 right now. 8 right now. And For number 9, I'm going to select Baylor. Because they're a Big 12 school, you expect them to do a little bit better than 2-10 and 1-7 in conference play, but they're just basically being the punching bag of the Big 12. And for the final team, I'm gonna go with Utah, because I feel like Utah, they have talent. I mean, they're a 4-star school, but they're 3-8, and it's not Anderson's fault. 22 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 2,300 yards. You know, I feel like they should be more contending for a bowl game, but such is life in college football. Which, by the way, the next episode will be talking about the awards finalists. We'll make that a different episode, but next one will be the bowl projections. But now we are on to our conference key games for the week. And starting off in the ACC, we have the battle for the Commonwealth Cup, which also, winner of this game, if Virginia Tech wins this, then I believe they're going off to Charlotte to face Mickey. But if Virginia wins, makes me wonder how the game's going to work a tiebreaker, because Virginia lost to Miami but beat Virginia Tech. But Miami beat Virginia but lost to Virginia Tech. I mean, could Virginia Tech also refire up the 5th-ranked curse? I mean, I don't think they will this time around. So I'm saying Virginia Tech's going to win this game. I mean, you look at the stats, yeah, Virginia Tech should steamroll them. But in a simulation, it's always hard to tell. For the Big 12, I'm going with Bedlam. I mean, yeah, sure. The Lone Star Showdown has higher stakes, but if Oklahoma wins this, they can easily secure their spot in Kansas City at Arrowhead. And I feel like this is going to be a lot closer game than what some people might expect, because that B-plus offense going against the B defense, it should be interesting, especially with the offensive and defensive rankings. Oklahoma State's A- offense against Oklahoma's A- defense. That should be a fun matchup to see. And I think Oklahoma might barely pull it out. Granted, their turnover differential is at minus 0.4 turnovers a game, but then again, that's because of the game against McNary Central, and I kind of faced them to get the little patch for the Shrine in this game. But I'm going to say Oklahoma wins this game, and as an honorable mention, I think Texas is going to win this game just to keep the madness from being too much. Big East, as you can see, there's games for Big East next week, so that's going to be a bit more fun to do. But this one I chose USF and Pittsburgh, both teams coming off of losses, especially Pittsburgh knocking them outside the top 25. I think Pittsburgh's going to win this, though. Try to get a better bowl game and keep USF potentially out of a bowl game. Should be interesting to see, though. And as you can see, not that many choices, because there is Cincinnati-Syracuse, but that game don't look as fun to talk about. Connecticut, West Virginia. I mean, West Virginia is just probably going to steamroll Connecticut, so no need for me to talk about that. No more games for the Big Ten. Conference USA, the game I chose this week. Now, I could have chosen Tulsa and Rice battle for the Williams Trophy, but SMU, they need to win this game to keep up with Houston and Conference USA. But they're going against a tough Memphis team that Sure, their stats are average, but average is what you need in this game. So I think Memphis will win this and have Houston be the unfortunate team to go against Tampa Bay in the conference championship. And I think Memphis will get a potentially better bowl game, or even get into a bowl game with a win against SMU. As you can see, Tampa Bay is going against Tulane this week, so basically going to be an easy win for them. And even if Tampa Bay loses, somehow they're still going to be hosting the Conference USA Championship game. FBS Independence, it's only Notre Dame this week playing. And since I use their McNary Central, it's going to be a steamroll. So, next conference. And the MAC, this was one of those conferences where I had struggles of trying to find a game. For the longest, I was thinking this game, Toledo and Bowling Green, Battle of I-75. Then we have Ball State and Northern Illinois. Because a lot of these matchups determine who's going to go to Detroit. I decided to go with Miami University against Ohio because Miami University needs this win to make sure no tiebreakers happen. And if they can just calm down Ohio's rushing attack, then they should be able to get the win. But if not, it's going to be some chaos. I can easily see that happen. Especially if Bowling Green wins, because I think Bowling Green has tiebreaker over Miami of Ohio. So we could possibly get a rematch of this game in just a few virtual weeks. Mountain West, easiest choice, TCU and San Diego State, because San Diego State is the last team to keep TCU from going a full perfect season. Can they do that? I mean, a C+ offense against a C defense. I mean, see how their offense is 4th in the nation, 6th in points per game on average, 7th best rushing offense on average, and an average pass offense, which honestly, if you're going to go up against McNary Central, that is something that is definitely going to be exploited to all Hades. I can tell you that much, because as I will make them pass early and often, but that's if they win this game, which I think they will. On to the Pac-10. And yeah, I know I put Washington State in the bottom 10, but it's the Apple Cup. This is state pride. This is state bragging rights right here. In Seattle, I think Washington State will be able to actually pull this off somehow. I mean, they don't have a bad passing offense, and going against the passing defense that's allowed over 250 yards a game. Yeah, I think this should be a fun kind of shootout-like game that Washington State's going to prevail. And yeah, these two games are just for more or less better bowl positions. That's about it. For the SEC, yes, the Iron Bowl is right here. The Egg Bowl is right here. But I would battle for the Golden Boot, because winner of this game goes to Atlanta to face off against McNary Central. Defensively, it should be fun. 2 top 10 defenses, 2 top 30 offenses. And I feel like LSU might just barely pull this off. Just barely, but we'll see how the simulation affects this. And speaking of simulations, Louisiana Monroe versus Louisiana Lafayette. And Lafayette has to win this game. Because I'm pretty sure North Texas holds tiebreaker. I know they faced off somewhere around here. Yeah. North Texas holds tiebreaker. And they need to win this week and hope FIU beats North Texas next week to be able to be the Sun Belt champion. And going against Louisiana Monroe defense that looks like can't even stop a nosebleed, I say Lafayette's got the chance to beat Monroe this week. So, and for the WAC, easily Boise State versus Hawaii, because same with San Diego State against TCU. Boise State is the last chance to stop Hawaii from going a full perfect season, because there's no way that the FCS West can stop Hawaii next week. So, but I could probably see that upset happening because, granted, Hawaii does have the second best passing offense and the second best offense in the country. I feel like Boise State's defense will be enough to hold off Hawaii's offense, especially since also Boise State's offense is B+ and a C+ defense of Hawaii. Should be interesting. Probably going to give up quite a few points. Should be a fun game to see. And I will see you all next time.